Sinn Fein have a delegation, if I can call it that, going to Downing Street today to meet Theresa May. What are they likely to say?
I think they're likely to say, you know, the British government as well as the Irish government are co-guarantors of the Good Friday Agreement. They're likely to, you know, to encourage them to play a very active role in that, in getting the institutions up and running again, and providing that government for people in the north. So I think that's what they will be saying. They will, I'm sure, be talking about what was agreed last week that then wasn't signed off on. So I wish them well with those talks. I mean, it's Mary Lou McDonald's, I suppose, first time going as party leader to Downing Street, but I've no doubt she'll do a full and wholesome job there.
Okay, you mentioned that agreement that was in place, a draft agreement, I think it's been called. What do we know about the central tenets of that draft agreement? Because I know parts of it are being leaked, but
yeah, and I don't think that's helpful in a sense. I mean, we know what the issues are, and the issues are the same as they have been all of the time, in terms of the Act na Gaeilge, the legacy issues, the funding for the inquests, marriage equality, and equal rights for all. That's what they were. That's what they have been. I mean, there was, you know, discussions and some compromise around those. But to pull it apart, I think at this stage isn't useful. I think the main thing to concentrate on are who are the actors here in terms of the political parties, but also the two governments in terms of implementing what was agreed. I suppose not only agreed in the last number of weeks, but many of those things had been agreed in the St Andrews Agreement and the Good Friday Agreement.
Many people here are scratching their heads that the restoration of power sharing could be held up by, in large part, is an Irish Language Act, which isn't spoken widely in the north. It's not spoken widely in the south either, unfortunately, but neither is it a language that's spoken by fluently by either your president or your leader in the north.
But you see, Sharon, what it's about is about people's right to have their Irish identity, in the same way that people, unionists living on this island, their right to their Britishness, the right to their Irishness, as can be expressed within the Irish language. So it's not just an ability to speak the Irish language. It means much more than that. It's about parity of esteem. It's about respect and equal respect for cultures, not one culture being more dominant over the other. And I think that's hugely important. And I think the institutions need to be underpinned by that. And I think Martin McGuinness
But let me ask you a straightforward question. Well. Do we have a number on the figure for the number of Irish speakers north of the border?
No, I don't. I don't have it to hand. But I mean, when you say somebody is fluent in Irish, somebody can have a grow for the Irish language and just have a couple of huckle around it, you know, or have a will there. I think the whole LEAFA project that was done in the north with Carl Nicullen was excellent there in encouraging people to speak Irish, but I think right across the island. But in this case, it's about much more than the Irish language. Certainly the Irish language, but also the right to be Irish and to have your citizenship recognised across a whole lot of things. And I think if the institutions can be underpinned by that equality, Sharon, I feel that we have a very solid basis for going forward. And I'm still hopeful.